Hello friends of the electrified charging fun and welcome to Speicher Elektrisiert, your channel all around the Skoda ENYAQ and Skoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias and today we are talking about an unplanned workshop visit and why my ENYAQ has a newer software version now and why this still is the exception and not the regular case. So let's discuss this. Here we go. An ENYAQ enthusiast and someone who is watching regularly my channel already knows what happened with my ENYAQ when he sees this picture. So basically, I had an unexpected visit at my dealer at the workshop, and maybe you remember my apps I did it again video. I'll link it up here because here in my software version 3.0 ENYAQ, I had a couple of apps which did not work, and also my favorite bars, so the icons for those apps didn't work at all. And in that video, I said, well, I don't care anymore. I'll keep it that way, who cares? But recently I was at my dealer due to other reasons, but on this I'll give you information, not in this video, but very soon. I thought for myself, why accept that? So I talked to the guys here and said, hey, I've got a problem with these apps and with the favorites. And they said, well, okay, we'll check them. And so it was not planned to do this, so an unexpected thing. And I brought my ENYAQ here, and my ENYAQ was 3 full days at the dealer. And yes, they got all apps up and running. And what did they do? And what happened? Yes, I got a software update of software version 3.2. And this is still an exception, I said in the intro, because there is no campaign from Skoda running for any updates right now. This only happens in special situations when it comes to your ENYAQ, and then a software update might be done. We will talk about all these things in this video now, and I'll give you some insights on how you might also get that update for your ENYAQ. Well, basically, there were 3 problems, and my dealership, my workshop, managed to solve them all. Well, the first one were the non-working apps, as you might already saw when you switched over to the other video. Then the non-working favorites for these apps down in the favorite bar. And the last thing, the missing status information about if the car is locked and stuff like that in the My Skoda app. And now everything is working. And here you have a look. I've opened up the My Skoda app and you already see it's in German, but it says it is not locked. And if we jump in here, all status information is back and working. Also, the favorite bar down here is now working correctly, and I can show you. I put in one app, like for example Power Pass, and even though the icon is still misaligned, you can tap on it and the Power Pass map opens up. And the apps which did not work were the calendar app, and as you can see, it is working now. I just need to set it up, and the same goes with the park and with the pay to park app like this. And as you can see, I also need to set this up. So basically, my dealership managed to solve all the issues. And well, let's talk about what they did, because they told me, I asked. Well, to get the apps up and running, they had to reset fuse 19 and waited until the car did its internal reset. But basically, that's what I did before, as you might saw in the video. So for me, it didn't work. For them, it worked. And the same goes with the missing data in the My Skoda app. It was only fuse 19, according to my dealership. So maybe there's some guy with magic hands solving the problem, which, when I did the same, didn't work. But the most interesting part is how they get those favorites down in the favorite bar up and running. And this is the software update to version 3.2. But they didn't told me. They told me we've just had to reinstall your current software version 3.2 because as the company in Mladá Boleslav, Skoda in Mladá Boleslav, told them, this is the current version of my car. But that was not true, as you all know who are following my channel. So the 3rd day, the car was at the dealership for 3 complete days, and the 3rd day was only to reinstall the software. And yeah, they thought they just reinstalled, but to be honest, they've updated my car, and that is the way how I got version 3.2, and let's talk about that way on what happened there. So, why did I get the update to software version 3.2? Well, first off, this is not a regular update which you can schedule at your dealership right now, because it's not something Skoda does for all ENYAQs. It is only done when specific problems occur, like the problem with my favorite bar. And this was the entry to the software update. And basically, my dealership told me, they were told from the factory in Mladá Boleslav, so from Skoda Czech Republic itself, that they do not update my car. They would only reinstall a software version which is currently in it. But that's why it was an accident updating my car, because I now miss a lot of footage of the version 3.0 to showcase you what was updated, because I simply had no chance for recording it. So what did the dealership do? Well, first off, with the problem with the favorites, they asked the company, they asked Skoda Czech Republic what to do. And then they told them they need to reinstall the software, and therefore they need clearance from Skoda in Mladá Boleslav. And for that, they have to send the whole report on all control units on the server, the iCars 1, the iCars 3, and everything software related with my car in a report to Skoda. Then Skoda checked this report and sent a fitting software update back to the dealership where the car was plugged in at a data line, and then got the update. And that was the only way to do it. And if you think about this, this looks like I got a very specific software update which only might fit my car, maybe others, but which is tailored to my car, to my win, and maybe not working for any other car. Think about this madness. If this is true, they need to compose an update fitting for one ENYAQ only out of over 200,000 sold. And I guess if this is true, I really hope they have automated the process, but maybe there is still some person who needs to approve this update. This is, whoa. If you think about that, this could just be also one reason why they do not update all the ENYAQs, and why they still try to figure out on how to update all other ENYAQs. And they won't also bring them up to version 3.7, not 3.2. And if you think about this, this is why my car had to be at the dealership for 3 days. Well, there is the diagnosis, what is happening. Then there is all the stuff they need to talk with Skoda in Mladá Boleslav and check everything, and then they needed a complete day to install the update. And yeah, that's why I ended up with software version 3.2. To be honest, I'm quite happy to get that software update of version 3.2. Why should I be mad? I mean, there's a lot of new features and functionality with a lot of comfort for you. So basically, the jump to 3.2 is much more desirable than the jump to 3.5 or even 3.7 when it comes to features and comfort. And I made a list here, and let's talk about it. I show you a couple of those things, but I will do a separate video where I talk about everything. So this is just a quick preview. Well, if you get 3.2, you also get 3.1. And with 3.1, you get plug and charge. Yes, let me show you. And you can now activate plug and charge in the My Skoda app. And you simply do this by moving over here to the profile. And as you can see, power pass. And now it says not activated plug and charge. And here I can activate plug and charge. Well, plug and charge only works with power pass and only at certain chargers like those from Ionity. But hey, if you want, you can have it right now. Next thing I wrote down here is that you have the simplified deactivation of the lane assist. And yes, if you never had a software version 3.0, you don't know it. But to put the lane assist down here in the favorites, you need version 3.1 or higher. This little icon here is a huge improvement to a lot of people. It's just a function for more comfort. It's just a quality of life issue which a lot of people asked for. Another thing I have here is that they improved the head-up display and you have a visible state of charge. I don't see it. Well, let's do it in a separate video. But another big thing is the improvement you already saw in the intro right in front of me. Driving data in the virtual cockpit on the right side. Here you go, which you can switch between since charging, since starting the driving, and for long term. And of course there's still the navigation. And now you can use this as well. And a lot of people asked for this. And this was only software version 3.1. You also get 3.2, where I found out that you get an improved recuperation. I don't know what that means. I have to test. You got the charging power visible in the charging menu. A lot of people asked for that, and now it is simply there. And I found out some enhanced augmented reality with a head-up display. This is also needed to be tested by me. I don't know what they mean with that. So bear with me for the next video where I show you this. And it does not end there. I found a lot of other things they improved, which are not on their list. So I only show you a couple of those, and all the stuff I find out, I'll show you later in the video, which I do only exclusively about those changes. So first off, let's look here in the ambient lighting. You've got the new color settings. And if you got a 3.0, you never saw these bars with those colors. Well, this is just for playing around. Another big feature I found is down when you use this button here. And look at this, how they improved the menu. The big upper bar has gone. So you have much more visibility on the camera. And now you've got these round icons and buttons here to switch between functionality. And so you can see more. And if you look at this image quality, it seems to be much more improved when you compare 3.0 to this one. So they did a lot on the camera software right here. And another thing I would say is they improved the map. Look at the icons of the map. They seem more crisp, more clear, a bit smaller with more information, and even your own position seems to be much better. So basically, there's a lot of improvement going on, and that's why I really like to have software version 3.2 now in my ENYAQ. Maybe you're curious on how you are now able to get software version 3.2 if you are on 3.1 or 3.0. And basically, well, I showed you one way. You need something in the software which isn't working for you, which makes an update necessary. For me, it was the favorite bar and the non-working icons of the apps from Skoda. Maybe you've got that problem too, and maybe this is your entry ticket into the world of software version 3.2. But I can't guarantee you that this is enough to get the update done at the dealership. But at least it might be a way. Or you have another software bug which can't be solved. But please be aware, you need to give your car to the dealership for, if you are unlucky as me, for 3 days. And the other thing is you are then basically only up to software version 3.2, which is around August of 2022. If you think about this software is also rather old, and it is not an over-the-air update. And when finally Skoda decides to give you 3.5 or even 3.7 or whatever, you have to go to the dealership again. Because 3.2 doesn't make your car over-the-air updatable. So please be aware of all of this. My opinion, I have the thought that software version 3 will never be over-the-air updatable, so you will go to the dealership anyway to get any software update. But just to have that mentioned. And don't forget, you're only up to software to the software version of August 2022. But yes, it comes with a lot of comfort, it comes with new functionality, so maybe you give it a try. And well, I am really happy about software version 3.2, and I really like it. And if you like the video, I would love to see a thumbs up from you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider to subscribe, because then you do not miss out any other video. And you do not miss the video on all the new functions you get with 3.2 if you have a version lower than this. And also a lot of thanks to you if you did a small donation to my channel, which really helps me to run this channel like I do. And then I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, stay full of energy.